Hey, welcome back. As you can see, we are working on day 28 and 29 today. So 28 is on the back of 27, and this video just went live this morning, so be sure to go check that one out, and the playlist is linked below if you missed any others. And then 29, I want to use this page protector here that has the two 4x6 sections. So I don't know how many photos I'll add to 29. 28 and 29, we were out of town visiting family. So a lot of driving that I don't have pictures of. A few pictures of spending time with them. So I don't know that 29 will take up this entire side, but I thought that if I just did 28 and 29 up here, I could do 30 on the other half and then do 31 on the back. I do go through 31 days in December daily because it's December daily. It's the whole month. I printed my photos and I printed them a little large and I printed a lot of them. So now what I'm thinking is that I will need to do 28, 29, and then 30 and 31 together, which should be fine. If I have a ton of pictures from New Year's, which right now we don't have plans for, then I could always do another page or do a 12 by 12 or something. But as of now, this is my plan. So for 28, I have flip-flaps too that I had somewhere, which Stampin' Up! Is starting to carry starting on the 7th. So these are the 3x4 flip-flaps. So they come one with adhesive on the short side so it flips upward, and then one with adhesive on the long side so it flips, this direction, or you could go this direction and do kind of like a book. So, they come in more than just a pack of two. When I said one of each, I didn't mean that. So this is what flip-flops are. I think I'll have to include those because I have so many pictures. So we were out of town visiting family. So here are pictures of us with my nephew and his father. And then you guys, don't mind the painting. I did that when I was in school. It's not the best painting. I am not a painter. I found my parents' old Bop It, and we were playing that all night. Okay, not all night. I go to bed at a reasonable hour, but we were playing Bop It. I defeated the machine, you guys. I got to the highest level, and the game stopped. I won. So there's that. And then more pictures. This is my nephew with the little book we got him, and my husband making breakfast. We were the first ones up, so he made breakfast for everyone. So now let's see how we can fit all of these photos on such a small layout. So flip-flaps hold 2 photos, so you can fit 3. The one under the flip-flap and then 2 in. See here. We could do, because this is the only photo of technically 29. That was the morning before we left town. So I could go like this and then have a whole thing of journaling there. And then let's see here. That's the only vertical. The rest are horizontal there. So these two are very similar. So maybe we can go like that. Don't mind my face. And maybe tuck this one underneath. And then do something like that. I could even trim it down. And then have my dog, as always, I have to get pictures of her. I could trim this one down to a square too. I'm thinking something like that, because then I have lots of journaling space. I can talk about the weekend, just one flip-flap, and some room for embellishing too. I've decided to put the photo of my husband cooking in a flip-flap. So then over on this side, I still have this from one of the mystery envelope challenge from earlier this month. So I'm thinking maybe that's the perfect size for this, the 4x6. I could do like this and then do my journaling here. I might trim my photo down a little bit more so that you can see more of that red. And then over here, I'll want to bring in some reds and some greens and have my number there. Hopefully that's enough room for my journaling. I would think so. Maybe if I write super small. So as you can see, I brought in a bunch of my pattern papers here, and I think I've landed on this tree pattern paper. I like that it coordinates with this perfectly. And then I added my photos to some glacier after I matted them with white, and I'm planning on putting that here. So really, I don't need to waste all of this paper. I could just cut 2 little strips for either side. And then this is going to be a flip flap. And then I could maybe even scooch this over a little and do an embellishment cluster here or put my number there. I did ink around that in the real red. So then there's going to be a flip flap here. So maybe I want my number up there. But I could do a cluster down here that wouldn't matter so much if it got hidden. So decisions to make there. And I don't know what I want in these white spots. I was thinking of bringing in another pattern paper, but that might just be too busy now. Or I could finish it off with some silver shimmer trim. I do think I'm going to cut this apart so that I'm not wasting so much. I also have that scrap. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this cut. And then I think I want to bring in some mocha or early espresso. So I think I'm going to go around the edges with brown. So I had cut this apart. I did about 2 inches here and just 1 inch over here because I knew that this would overlap both of those. And then I did go around with espresso ink. And then to adhere my silver shimmer trim, you can see that it didn't get cut perfectly straight. It's hard to cut it when it's that narrow. So I'm going to add the glue, and then it doesn't matter if it's lined up perfectly because my banner is going to go over that. And then I will do a little line down here, and I'm just going to roughly cut that. So you don't see a whole lot of that early espresso that I inked, but I know it's there. And then we'll cut a piece here and here. And I don't think you'll be able to tell that there was a narrower, that it narrows. And I'm kind of putting the, so like here you can see it tapers. It's narrower over here than over here. So I'm putting the thicker side to where it'll show, and then the narrower side underneath so that it looks like it matches the rest. But it's so close in width that I don't think you'll notice. Here's where I'm at so far. I got my numbers down and these photos. Now I need to work on this one, and I cut 2 pieces of white to go in these spots. Since this one has Merry Christmas on the back, I'm going to adhere a white piece of cardstock to that so that you don't, because it's going to be my New Year's. It's not going to be Christmas. We just have this pocket left to do. So I'm going to set these aside. And I just have these 3 photos that need to fit on there. So I could just do something super simple like that, and then maybe do some journaling over here. I could do a border there. I do have red, blues, greens mixed in there. So if I did maybe a little border of the green trees. That might look good. So let's cut maybe an inch for there. It's kind of nice doing these pocket pages. Right now, I am at the end of one pack of the Reindeer Days paper. So it's kind of nice that I'm using up those little pieces. Woo! Hello. I still have a little bit more of this shimmer trim. I wonder how much of that shows. I wonder if I could cut it apart and have it stretch. Just cut it around about here and then stretch it down to the bottom. I was matting my pictures on blue. Like here, I matted this one on some blue glacier. And then same with here, I have the glacier behind. So maybe that would help tie it in. And I'm wondering if my pictures will pop enough on that glacier or if I need to do white first. I think just on the glacier is okay. So I'll get those matted. Time for some embellishing. I don't know how much embellishing I am actually going to be doing. So these are gonna go like that. Maybe my 29 is getting covered too much, but we'll cross that bridge later. So I have all these cute little reindeer. Maybe that would be cute somehow. I have one more poinsettia. I was thinking I could add a little more journaling here, but this poinsettia fits pretty good there too. And I feel like this is kind of an awkward spot. What can I put there? I don't know that pine cones really go. Do they? I'm kind of sad I haven't used pine cones at all on this, in this book. I could do some bells. I would tie in some silver up there. Okay, back to my reindeer. I don't want to cover up too much of my journaling. I think I have enough to say to fill that. And then over here, my reindeer need to go into the layout. So I could do, but I have to keep in mind that his face is going to get covered. So then maybe up here. I added a couple presents here, kind of overlapping my photo and that cute little reindeer. So when this flip flap is over, I'm not covering a whole lot of the embellishments. I grabbed one of the decorative trees. As you can see, the tree's kind of cut off behind, but it's totally fine because I'm going to have it hang off my page a little bit and then have this little reindeer in here. I wanted to bring in more red, so I really liked this one standing here, but then he covers up the silver, and I don't know, I like having that touch of silver in there because it ties in with the other two. So I think here I can see more of that. I added a few of the cherry cobbler adhesives to my clusters, and then this section is still bothering me. So I am going to try these bells again, and I don't hate it. I don't think it goes with, like, I don't know, they almost remind me of wedding bells or Christmas bells, which I guess this was during Christmas time. You can see the Christmas tree back there. But I couldn't find anything else that I really liked in that spot. So I'm going to go for these bells. They fit pretty well. So I'm just going to put one kind of overlapping my photo here. And then to connect them, I just grabbed one of my little bows, and I thought the light green would tie that green over. Since I have a lot of dark green already, it'll kind of lighten it up, is my hopes. All right, I am liking this. I just need to add my journaling, and I'll add the flip flaps on top of these page protectors. Since this one's cut in half, I won't be able to slice it to flip it up. So I'll put the flip flaps on top of the page protectors. Day 28 and 29 are complete. So this one will go in a regular page protector. This one will go in that page protector that's split in half, and then 30 and 31 are going to go on the backs of those. All right, guys, stay tuned. I know I'm catching up, so I'm hoping to have 30 and 31 done today. So hopefully you guys can see that before the end of the day. And then we have our final walkthrough, so stay tuned. The playlist is linked right here, and until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.